Imagine living a life where your happiness doesn't depend on someone giving you attention, calling you, or saying they miss you. Stoicism, a powerful ancient philosophy, teaches us how to find peace and joy within ourselves instead of relying on others. In relationships, we often chase validation and want someone to think about us, but this actually makes us emotionally dependent. Stoicism shows a better way. Focus on improving yourself, becoming emotionally strong, and enjoying the present moment without clinging to anyone. When you stop seeking approval and work on your own growth, confidence, and inner peace, you naturally become more attractive and more likely to be missed. Instead of trying to make someone miss you, become a person who is confident, busy improving, learning new things, and living a meaningful life. People are drawn to those who are self-sufficient in content. So when you stop chasing attention and start focusing on your own goals, you become more admirable and more unforgettable. True happiness comes from within, and the more you invest in yourself, the more peaceful, strong, and missable you become. The goal of Stoicism is not to suppress our desires or pretend we don't need people, but to understand that our happiness and self-worth should not depend on them. By following Stoic principles, we learn to find peace, satisfaction, and real independence within ourselves. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control what happens around us, we can control how we react, and this gives us emotional strength. Emotional resilience doesn't mean becoming cold or emotionless. It means understanding our feelings and not letting them control our actions. In relationships, Stoicism helps us love others without becoming dependent on their approval. This allows us to build healthy connections based on respect, not fear or insecurity. Stoicism also teaches us to accept life's ups and downs, reminding us that change is natural and adapting to it is a true sign of strength. To build this independence, we must stay self-aware, reflect on our emotions, stay grateful, focus on the present, and act according to our values. When we challenge our negative thoughts and stop letting outside events control our well-being, we become emotionally stronger, more peaceful, and better at creating meaningful relationships without losing ourselves. Stoicism teaches us that many of our beliefs are outdated, and to grow we must understand life as it truly is. When we embrace Stoic wisdom, we learn to face life's storms not by depending on others, but by becoming strong within, like our own lighthouse. This journey toward emotional independence is supported by the teachings of great Stoic thinkers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus, who believed that a meaningful life comes from living with virtue, wisdom, and integrity. They taught that true purpose is not in money, achievements, or praise, but in becoming a good person, helping others, and building relationships based on respect. To live meaningfully, we must look inside ourselves, ask who we are, understand our values, and live by them even when life gets hard. Stoicism reminds us to focus only on what we can control, our choices, our mindset, and our reactions, because everything else is temporary and outside our power. This mindset frees us from stress and helps us live with clarity. Stoicism also teaches that suffering and setbacks are part of life, but they can help us grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. A meaningful life is built not only through big achievements, but also through small daily actions: kindness, honesty, passion, reflection, self-care, and gratitude. These simple practices create a life that feels whole and fulfilling. And although inner strength comes from within, the Stoic path is not walked alone. We learn from each other and grow together. By letting go of the need to control everything, we free ourselves from frustration and anxiety. Stoicism does not tell us to give up. It teaches us to accept what we cannot change and put our energy into what truly matters. Stoicism teaches us that letting go of the desire to control everything does not make us passive. It helps us focus on what we can truly influence: our thoughts, choices, and reactions. Instead of stressing over outcomes we cannot control, we learn to develop patience, understanding, and resilience within ourselves. Letting go means accepting the natural flow of life and knowing the difference between our efforts and the results they bring. We can control how we act, but not always what happens afterward. When we act according to our values and stop attaching ourselves to specific results, we live more honestly and peacefully. Stoicism encourages us to question our beliefs about control and success, and realize that real strength comes from mastering our inner world, not the outer one. In daily life, letting go means being flexible, open to change, and calm in uncertainty. It means facing challenges with courage and seeing them as chances to grow. As we practice this mindset, our stress decreases, our relationships improve, and we begin to appreciate the present moment more deeply. Stoicism shows us that happiness comes not from controlling everything, but from balance, acceptance, and inner harmony. Letting go does not weaken us. It gives us true power and freedom. Through Stoic wisdom, we learn to handle life's ups and downs with calm and clarity, turning difficult moments into opportunities for understanding. Stoicism is not just an idea. It is a way of living that helps us stay grounded, peaceful, and strong no matter what happens around us. It teaches us to live in line with our values, focus on what truly matters, and find joy in simplicity and virtue. In the end, Stoicism promises not a life without problems, but a life where we are strong enough to face them with courage, wisdom, and peace.